watching me, hoping I will give up on this drive to become a physician. But I knew I couldn't. I made a vow to myself and to my late mother that because she laid down there lifeless in that casket, I'm going to do a lot to be able to save as many lives. And here we are today.
And this story, whether you get a little bit or a lot, because there was an interruption in StreamYard, as we know, guess what? It's kind of like when you were on my radio show on Sunday, I said, we're not going to give all 20 remedies of this amazing book because you got to get the book. If you want to hear all of Dr. Caxton, you've got to go ahead and buy the ticket, and it's online there, healthchangers.eventbrite.com, because your heart, your passion. I've always had a saying, Dr. Caxton, it's a triple H. You've got to stay humble, hustle, and in your case, hunger got you to stay hungry. And you are such a man of honor. And what has it been like for you and during this COVID time? And what about, because I know you're going to bring two parts, a little bit about your COVID experience. What can the viewership here and people that are watching later on the rebroadcast, what can they expect to hear from Dr. Caxton? Just a little taste, please.
Sure. When you're exposed to COVID, one of the things people are not aware of is what they can do. Lots of doctors are unaware of what they can even tell patients besides go home and wait for 2 weeks and see if you die or almost die. If you're dying, then come back to the hospital. That's the biggest piece of hogwash that we've been fed by the CDC, NIH, and FDA, and DHHS, or whoever they are, at least in the United States. You see, there are things you can do immediately following exposure that can ensure that you never end up in the hospital sick or dying. And one of them is simple little remedies, simple little things. For your audience, it's important for them to look in their kitchen cabinets and in their bathrooms and say, well, if you've got concentrated salt solution, warm concentrated salt solution, and you can find a way to either use a cotton bud to go down each nostril, you are going to kill the reservoir of the virus. If you gargle with some of that warm, super concentrated salt solution, you will again kill a large deposit of what you might have inhaled. So what does this mean? You could do the same with hydrogen peroxide. That's two already of remedies that people are not aware of that could save their lives if they knew what to do with it. So if you get on a bus, on a boat, a ferry, a plane, in a car, or some other crowded area, and you suspect because maybe someone was coughing, or you just feel, I might have been exposed to COVID. What should I do? You wait a day or two, or if you go get tested that day, of course, the test is going to be negative. But they will tell you to come back in 48 hours or 72 hours, during which time what you inhaled is going to go down from your nostrils down into your lungs. But if you did it right, like I explained here, squirt some amount of saline down each nostril, gargle with some of it, and wait for about 5 minutes before rinsing your mouth. You're going to get rid of a large, what's called an inoculum. A large inoculum will be destroyed of the virus. Now, no one is going to tell you that, but I'm telling you that because I work in the COVID units and I take care of these patients, and I know what I just told you is extremely effective.
I tell you, and that's just two. Find the other 18 on the book. It'll be found on Amazon. COVID-19 Remedies, a Frontline Doctor's View. So please, please, please get this not only for yourself, but somebody that you love. Think about those areas that I talked about, speakers, that we need this information. We need it now, and we need to let others know. And I know that you have a passion, and what you've done with your email, which is divorce kills, which it does. It's the number 2 stressor next to death.
Yes.
And I know that you have, you've been awarded the Tumblr's 1915 award for a divorce medicine
You meant
project.
2015. You said 1915. None of us was born then.
Oh, 1915. Oh yeah, yeah. That you're really looking really good with your anti-aging medicine with that one. Yeah, 2015. So give your best on what we can expect on that second part of what you're going to share Saturday, Dr. Caxton, please.
Sure. So one of the things that happened that led to me researching how divorce kills. I actually wrote a book called How Divorce Kills. It was my 5th book. I wrote that book in 2009. But since then, I've written 10 other books. Divorce,
It wasn't 1908 or 9.
no, it was in 2009. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the divorce is actually the number 1 silent killer in the world. The risk that divorce places on your health and the likelihood of dying is far more than the risk that diabetes or hypertension or even a prior heart attack or a prior stroke places on your health. The National Institute of Health has a calculation that they use where they can determine your 1-year risk of a stroke or heart attack or perhaps even death. And let's say you have a 75-year-old man who smokes, drinks, has had a stroke before, has diabetes, hypertension, and a prior heart attack. When you use that National Institute of Health calculation, his risk may come to about 45 to 49%. But guess what? A 45-year-old young man with no disease, when he experiences a divorce, his risk for a stroke or a heart attack in that year, on the first 2 years, is almost 200%, sometimes more. And people are not aware of this fact.
Ouch. Woo.
Until they end up in the emergency room and meet somebody like me. And I asked them a question, any family history of a stroke or heart attack? And they said no. And the next question I ask is, are you divorced? And they said, what? How? Why? What? And they stammer through it. And I said, yes, I wrote a book about it. In fact, one of my patients stole a book that I donated to a hospital library. After he had his cardiac cath, he went to the hospital library and he saw the book, How Divorce Kills. And the librarian told me, oh, he was one of the patients who took it. He never returned it.
That's how priceless it was.
So it's a big risk factor. And one of the major uniting chemical components between COVID-19 and divorce is the 8-letter word cytokine.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that on Saturday.
And so look up cytokine. That it's not kind. It's not kind to you. There's no rhyme in there for sure. And I just want to tell you, thank you for being a part of this. Dr. Caxton, what was your passion for saying yes to me and this group of world-renowned healers? Please share.
Sure. First of all, it's Jody Bear. Okay. I don't find a lot of people that have your passion. And I know we belong to a special group of extremely passionate speakers who are trying to change the world. And so when I get an invitation, an opportunity to share something, I know because you're a trained speaker, you're trained by the legendary Les Brown.
Yes.
You're not going to beat about the bush. And you've been doing something before you even came to the group, which means you're super turbocharged to deliver a message that's a message of hope, and do it with style, grace, and passion. And I saw that in you. And number two, we both want to change the world and make an impact.
Yes.
And you go where you will have the maximum impact. And coming to people like yourself, based on an invitation, for me, the honor is mine. And I really thank you for that opportunity.
And the honor is mine to just get to know you better. As we say down south, to hug your neck in New York City was amazing. And the feeling is turbocharged. That is the word that I'm going to use here, because it is. It's like this is going to come out on Saturday out of both ends of the accelerator. You know, when you see one of those like Lamborghinis and they have those turbocharged engines, it's going to take off. You will be changed. You will be changed by all these healers. But you, Dr. Caxton, have enhanced my life. You've been able to just increase my knowledge and just my heart just by knowing you. So thank you for taking this time. Just give Ada a big hug for me. Can't wait until Saturday. And it's going to be a time, because now we're going to hear from life's milkshake moment from Brooke Sherfield. Yes, Brooke being part of our amazing team, being a part of the Kenya Kids. This is my why it will be turbocharged. Because guess what? Guess what, guys? These kids have all been absolutely looking to the hub of this wheel now for almost 2 years, thanks to Brooke's passion. And I just want to honor you for this and stepping up and giving them the nickname, the Kenya Kids. So I asked you tonight, Brooke, to just give a story about what this has meant to you, or just a story about the Kenya Kids. Would you please?
Yes, I will, Jody. Thanks for letting me share. And guys, I appreciate like what you're doing, Jody, and then everyone who's also contributing to this platform, because I know the tickets for Saturday, the proceeds are actually going towards the Kenya Kids. So these are our orphans in an orphanage school in the Kisii, Kenya area. And Jody, I know that you've been a significant donor for those kids. So I just want to thank you. And then also your platforms. But one thing I was wanting to share is you often get in these times, I guess, quiet spots in your life where you just think. You have a lot of time just thinking, you know, like what's life really about? You know, because you see the portrayed life in all these movies. You know, you have the heroes, you have the villains, and growing up, you don't want to leave this earth and not have made an impact on this earth. So I know growing up, I've always wanted to make a huge impact, not necessarily for the recognition, but just for the betterance of the earth. Because if you think about it, if we all live a life where we just keep to ourselves and where we have no concern about any other people, that wouldn't be life at all. That would just be existing. And I didn't just want to exist. I wanted to make a huge impact. And you do that by helping other people. So as I've told before on your live, we're fully funding these Kenyan kids in Kenya, Africa. They're orphans, all kinds of different ages. And the guy that is over there, boots on the ground, his name is Dr. Amos Abuga. And how this came about is in 2001, Dr. Abuga, he had some land in Kenya that his dad had passed down to him. And he wanted to give back. He wanted to make an impact. So in 2001, he constructed the orphanage school, started with 20 kids. And he got the support from all kinds of people helping him out. So that grew up to 375 kids that they were taking care of at one time. And they're teaching all the regular subjects, but not just that. They're also teaching personal development. They're teaching business principles. So really great things that prepare them. So when they're out of the orphanage school, they can have a success. And the school is very awesome. It's outperformed both public and private schools for years at a time. And through things like you're doing, Jody, through this Health Changers event, which is really the World Changers event, the impact event. So the proceeds are going to the kids. It's funding clothes, it's funding food, it's making sure that they have clean water, making sure that they have all the school supplies, that they have the teachers, that they have the security to stay safe, and all these different things. So I think that's a huge impact, Jody, that you're going to be remembered for, among many other things. I know you're doing this Health Changers event. That's very priceless information that everyone needs. So I think that going through life, how you can make an impact. For one is purchasing a ticket to this Health Changers event, because like I said, the proceeds are going to the Kenya kids. This could be something that you could be remembered for. You know, you're making a huge difference here. You really are. And I know that I'm excited about it. So that's what I was wanting to share, Jody.
Beautiful. And to think that with Mr. Les Brown, as Dr. Caxton alluded to, and John Leslie Brown, we were able to make a significant contribution, and the people on Clubhouse see one foundational thing after another. I went on after our Hope event in May. I was so excited that we almost had the money to finish the wall, the security wall around the orphanage.
Yes.
That was amazing. And I got on Clubhouse, and a couple of people said, we're 1%ers. We were in this club, and they said, we need to back the Kenya kids. The next thing you know, we had the money. So our vision this time, as I said in our coaching platform last night with John Leslie Brown, my vision is for us to be able to plant those banana trees. So when they come to fruition, not only are these children being fed, housed, clothed, educated, then we launch them into a bit of capitalism. They already are pumping water for the well to sell. Now they've got banana trees. And guess what? My office phone is ringing in the background. That must be a sign that somebody's calling in to say, yes, it's going to happen. So thank you, Brooke, for this. And just remember, as we go forward in this, it is all about, if not you, who? If not now, when? Be a part of the Health Changers to Life Changers. Just like Dr. Caxton said, he went down being motherless. He came up a doctor. It only took time. You're going to go down into this healing and find your healing on all 6 pillars of life, starting with spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, social, and financial. You will come up in positivity to your true north, going in to knowing you have opportunity with that positivity, and out in empowerment. It stands for hope. That is the life's true milkshake moment. Healing, opportunity, positivity, and empowerment. So if you know someone who wants to ignite the healer from within, to decode your body's messages, transform your pain into passion and purpose. Yes, purpose. See, that hope word has all kinds of positivity, passion, and purpose. It has a lot in there. And then empower yourself, first with you, and then it goes to others, to change the world, one life, starting with yours at a time. That is what life's milkshake moment is about today and every day. And it will certainly be there on Saturday. Go get your tickets now. healthchangers.eventbrite.com. I want to honor you, Dr. Caxton, for your knowledge, your relentless passion, and your purpose in pulling through to be an icon in the medical community. And Brooke, I've said if I ever had a daughter, I would want her to be Brooke, because you are a woman doing what you're doing at your young age. I can only imagine when you get to be 67, what an amazing young woman you are, young couple with you and Tevis. But this is you. These kids have you, and now they have all of us. See you Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, for Health Changers to World Changers. Ciao for now. We'll see you next time on Life's Milkshake Moments. I will tell you, it's going to be amazing. Next week, you're going to get a preview of yet what is going to be our next event, September 18th.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Life's Milkshake Moment with health coach Joe D.